Okay, we need to talk. You might know there is a running joke that every time Dan and Phill go on holiday, there's an incident. Well, I've got some bad news. Phill, he didn't make it. You see, there was a cliff, and then there was this really hot guy and a dog, a hot guy with a dog, and then he dropped some Haribo. And you know what Phil's like? He's a sweet guy. And he tripped, and his face. Oh God, his face!
What are you doing?
Oh, hi.
You already recorded.
I'm just kidding. He's alive.
I'm alive.
I wasn't soft launching my life insurance stunt.
Dan.
What? Hi.
We didn't die.
We didn't die.
Yay!
Yeah.
No missing limbs.
Thank God.
In fact, I got a new one.
Story time.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome back to a hard Monday.
Dan and Phill are back from their holidays.
We're so tanned.
He's gone from
Look how bronze I am.
porcelain to ivory.
You've got
We
a bit
love
of
it,
a
Phill.
glow, though. Howell?
Phil, that's the pink light.
No,
We're
you've
sat
got
in front of a sign.
you've got a healthy face.
Feels like you looked unhealthy. You looked sick last week.
Yeah. We went to Vietnam. We wanted some warmth. We wanted,
some wet air.
moisture.
We craved that moisture. My lips were like, I can't do this anymore. Dan, please.
And immediately, you got moist lips.
Look at me now.
Look at them. They're so healed. We don't have to do that Aquaforce spawn anymore. Also,
We're healed. We're not peeled.
we wanted some beautiful scenery. And Vietnam, it was beautiful.
Oh my God.
It was
the
like
plants,
drinking
the people,
with my eyes.
the food. Hell yeah.
I wanted all of them inside me.
You made it weird.
I
I don't
made
know
it
what to
weird.
say. But we had a lovely time and we survived.
Can you tell that I'm more loose now?
You've got your brain back.
I've got my brain back.
You
It's
are checked back in.
fully switched
and ready
on.
to make content for your supportive audience.
I say that. I am very jet lagged, so I'm sorry for anything that is about to come out
Phil
of my
just
mouth.
likes to plant flags.
I'm
What
planting a flag.
excuses to flag things ahead of time.
I'll flag you ahead of time. Should we set the scene, though?
So in the beginning,
Where did we go?
we can't tell this as if it's a terrifying story time.
No.
But maybe the whole thing is.
It did start off badly because we had a rude taxi driver that shouted at me.
Okay, that's so dramatic.
He shouted at me.
So we booked a taxi to take us to the airport with our suitcases.
Yes.
And Phil messaged the guy and said, I know our pickup was 9:30 a.m. We just need 2 extra minutes. We'll be with you any second.
We got to the taxi at 9:36, and he said 9:30, mate. I was like, you're the first person I'm seeing on my lovely holiday trip, and you're
This
being
is-
an absolute I almost said, your taxi, I'm going to walk to Heathrow.
I do think he chose to start a fight for no reason at all.
Just chill out.
First thing he was doing that day, and
Yeah.
he chose violence straight away. It was so early for that. And over what's he going to do? Cancel the gig? Okay, yeah. Cancel this, 50 quid trip to the airport because you want to take someone up the road for £10.
4 minutes is not late, is my hot take.
Especially if you message them saying, I'm so sorry, we will be with you shortly.
Yeah.
But I will say, I didn't really care. I was in holiday mode. Phil was seething. Phil was sat there like this.
I was ruminating on that. I was on my sunbed in Vietnam like, that guy.
I can't believe that taxi driver said, why are you late?
Right, let's not give him any more negative airtime.
Oh yeah, you've only given him a week of your fucking life.
It's gone.
Is it?
But you know who was a good boy? Good boy. Dan was a good boy because in the airport, he was lovely and not annoying. When I was going through security...
Y'all might remember last week, Phil was
Yeah.
like, don't talk to me during security. So I was like, fine, I'm not going to do anything. I'm only going to make nice noises. So I gave him airport security ASMR.
We were walking through the security and Dan was whispering in my ear going, calm, relax.
I was going, it's going to be okay.
At one point, you did go, you don't have a bomb. And I was like, Dan, you can't say that.
I whispered it in your ear.
I know, but that made me stressed slightly. Either way, it was more serene.
You didn't have a bomb.
No, I didn't have a... I mean, I did not.
And answer that as if you did.
Now I think I did.
There was no reason to be so suspicious there.
The only bomb was my bomb-ass outfit.
Okay, I was glad you just didn't say something about your ass there.
My
But no,
bomb
we
ass.
survived the journey. It was a day flight, long day flight to Vietnam.
It was like 13 hours. But do you know what
Yeah.
was weird? We got on the plane at 11 a.m. David.
David. We got on the plane at 11 a.m.
Rest in peace, Catherine O'Hara. We got on the plane at 11 a.m. and After an hour, they gave us the food and they were like, right, everyone's going to sleep now. Good night.
They turned off the lights
What?
on the plane.
I felt like a toddler in daycare.
Who is napping? I know that there's international clients on this flight, but in no f***ing time zone do you turn off the lights at midday.
They're like, get tucked in, everyone. Go to bed.
I felt like they were taking away my agency as a human being.
It was
Like,
weird.
what do you think you're doing? Do you think you just woke up? Do you think you've had your coffee? Well, guess what, bitch?
Sleep.
Nap time. Off you go.
I
Tuck
opened the
in.
window and the steward was like, sir, can you close
Sorry,
that?
no, it's dark
It's
now.
bedtime. Close it.
Can I not look at London as we fly over it? No.
No.
Bedtime. Time for Betty Bye-Byes.
You will
Shh.
not. I thought I could have seen a dolphin out the window, but f that.
In the English Channel, what...
There's been a dolphin in the Thames, Dan.
You know what? That is so true. Any
Or was it a
wildlife,
whale?
marine life can get so lost.
I think it was a whale.
Some fucking thing that wasn't meant to be there, and you could have seen it.
But we were excited. I had 3 drinks on the plane. I was lit by the time we got there.
Day drinking.
I was.
Twinking.
I was.
Blinking.
I was twinking out.
It's like tweaking, but when you're gay.
I was.
Girl, I had so many buzzballs on that flight. I was twinking.
Yeah. Watched Formula 1. I thought I was in it.
Best picture nominee.
Meh. It was a 3.5 out of 5.
I thought we were in our
Oh, yeah.
we're not allowed to have opinions about movies in case somebody tweets the directors of the movies
Don't do
era.
that. Someone's going to message Brad Pitt and he's going to punch me in the face.
And he might.
But do you know what was great?
What was great?
When we landed,
Yeah.
I opened my phone, I loaded up Saily,
Are you f***ing
who
serious?
are the sponsor of the podcast today. Thanks, Saily.
I am not even f***ing joking. We landed
Yeah.
in Vietnam, and the first thing you're greeted by is wall-to-wall SIM card shops. You see this? Here is Phill holding the Saily app. This is the moment that
That's
he
the
said,
moment.
you know what I'm doing? I'm going straight to the hotel. I'm going to have a margarita.
Yeah.
And I'm going to nap.
Because it's stressful going to a SIM card shop and you're like, I don't know what to choose.
Am I getting bamboozled?
Am I getting scammed?
How do I do this?
Not
I have
with
to get
Saily.
out the little pin. I pull it out. I drop my SIM card on the floor. Someone eats it. Fuck.
All you need to do is get on it, select your country,
Scroll through the many, many lists, of which Vietnam was one of them.
and you can get an exclusive treat from us. It's a 15% discount on your Saily eSIM data plan. Download the Saily app and use the code
Hard launch at the checkout.
At the checkout. It's very easy to do. Look how easy it is. There it is. There's the discount. Thanks, Saily.
Thank God. And that's the reason why we didn't die on this holiday. Because
Yeah.
we got off to a good start with our SIM.
And you know what the first app Dan opened was?
What was it, Phil?
You tell me.
Instagram, probably.
Disgusting. Back to the holiday.
Tell you what the first thing I actually did on my phone was.
What did you do?
I opened Google Maps to look at the establishment that we drove past on
Oh,
the
yeah.
way to the hotel. There was a gay massage parlor specific.
Yes.
And they had a billboard outside, and it was very, very interesting.
The billboard said K-pop massage, and it had a picture of BTS.
It had a full picture of all of 5 years ago BTS just stood there.
So I was curious, are the gay masseuses looking like BTS?
Are they playing BTS? Is it just like a goon cave of music videos?
Maybe.
That would be
Or-
cool. Not very relaxing.
Imagine 7 hands
Oh
all
my
over
God,
you.
I've heard of the 4-hand massage.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the 14-hand BTS themed K-pop massage?
Gay massage, no less.
Does that mean that you can only go in if you are a gay man? Or
Maybe-
the people that work in there are gay men? Because maybe if you're a woman, you're like, well, it's just great to know that they are gay men.
Either way, I feel like we should have gone in for the content. We'll go
Yeah.
back and film a video. We went to the BTS gay
We have
massage
to go
parlor.
back.
Here's what happened.
Aw. I am here today to try the viral 14 hands BTS massage.
Today, we But we didn't have the BTS gay massage. We did have a massage at our Vietnam resort.
We got a couples massage. That's the thing that Dan and Phill can do now that we've male podcast launched.
We've hard launched it, and they like gays over there, so it was all good. We're not worried about that. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. There's also places on Earth that we can't do that. And
No.
here we were like, we can do that. We can say full chest, Mr. and Mrs. couple
What?
massage.
I was like, what makes it a couple's massage? What happens in this room?
Yeah, it just means that you're in the same room as someone.
I was worried they were going to stack us or something.
Oh, Olympic doubles bobsled style.
But they made us fill out a form that was like, what parts of you can we touch? And I said, don't touch my feet because I'm ticklish.
Yeah.
You said all of me, everything. You just like ticked everything. You circled the whole body.
Where do you want extra attention? No.
You did.
I think I said no stomach because that was an option. And I'm like, who wants the front of their stomach massaged? Like, just get in that. I'd be like, no. Like, my plain food's going to get overstimulated.
I said yes to glutes.
Yeah.
They can get tight.
Did you say yes to or did you not say no to?
They said, do you want specific attention to it? And I didn't say that. That sounded weird.
Yeah, thank God.
I
was
wasn't
clarifying
like,
that.
avoid that.
But
Anyway,
we had a lovely time.
We did. The first part of it, though, was they wanted to wash our feet in a bucket, which
is lovely Jesus-like service.
Can I just remind everyone that I said don't touch my feet?
That meant no foot massage, but they're still going to do a welcome wet towel on your feet.
I put my feet in this bucket and I'm facing Dan. We're both wearing these little robes
his and
with...
his shitties. We're looking at each other.
Don't say shitties.
Doesn't Meghan Trainor look at her husband shitting?
I don't know.
Is that a thing?
Is that true? I feel like that's TMI.
I know like 3 things about Meghan Trainor.
And that's one.
And that's one of them. So there we were, trainoring.
We were in disposable underwear in these small robes.
I don't know why that's a necessary piece of information.
So they can picture it in their heads.
Do we want them to picture that we're wearing semi-transparent paper underwear?
8-pack was glistening. That's what they can picture. Anyway.
Okay, Hollander. Yeah.
We both had our feet in these buckets and we were looking at each other in the eyes. And then a lady started sliding her finger in between each of my toes. And I got so ticklish.
Which, if you're in the mood to relax, it's like, oh yeah, get between the dogs.
No, it was
separate
so
the
bad.
pack, spread them out.
I started...
Get the sock lint out.
I started gripping the side of the chair like, I can't handle this.
And then I was like, I can't look at Phill right now or I'm just going to start fucking laughing.
And then I kicked the whole bucket over.
You kind of were like, I didn't know this was happening.
Like, whoa.
And then you just went, ha! And then you knocked it over.
I
and then
can't
she
help
went,
it.
oh! Like, did I do something wrong?
I didn't kick her. But if someone touches my feet, I will kick them in the face. It's an involuntary...
You did say no, yeah. And then I obviously wanted to minimize the situation.
Yes.
So I just went...
It was so hard not to laugh.
That's totally fine. Yeah.
I just said sorry. Then...
Not very relaxed.
Dan got in his covers first. So I was aware of what was going to happen to me before it happened to me. And then...
I am closing my fucking eyes and I'm thinking, right, not very zen. Phill totally ruined it. The zen is now. I'm going to breathe deeply. I'm going to feel nice and air conditioned. And then I don't know if this is a Vietnamese massage
This is what I hear. I hear this. They were slapping him.
As part of the body warm-up, she just went on my chest and went...
I was like, what is happening?
Whole body. And it scared the fucking shit out of me. She proper slapped me in the tits.
You got mega slapped.
I know.
And I was
like,
scared that was coming.
Yeah, I'm ready. I think it was meant to be like a warm-up for the massage.
Get it ready.
But it just nearly made me physically shit myself on the table.
Get that blood pumping.
What did you think was happening when you just heard indistinct slapping noises from across the room?
I thought she was taking revenge.
Because you had your face buried in the massage table hole at this point. So you were just probably thinking like, what the fuck is happening over there?
I was just worried it was going to be straight to the glutes. Spank, spank, spank.
No, that's what happens at the
gay
14-way BTS massage palette, yeah.
Thankfully, after that, it was very relaxing.
Mine wasn't.
No.
I circled medium intensity.
Yes.
And I got tortured.
You were
I wasn't
crying.
aware that I had extreme internet-based person hunchback shoulder knots.
Yeah.
But this person was just like, yeah, I'm going to stick my thumb in there. And I went, ah! And I thought, and you know they say like, is the pressure okay?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not a fucking chicken. And also I thought, maybe it's good for you.
It's good for you
if
to,
you've
like,
got a muscle that's
get your
sore,
thumb in there.
Get the thumb in there.
Yeah.
So I went, yeah, it's fine. And honestly, it was one of the worst hours of my life.
Oh no.
It was like being actually physically tortured. And for about 2 days afterwards, I was like, they fucked my back up.
You were walking funny.
That's what happens when you...
Go to the BTS.
Stop
it.
Okay.
I had a lovely
Got that
one.
gin
She went, oh my God. She went down each of my spine holes and pulled out the little
Can I
bit.
get a biology person in the chat?
You know what I mean.
They got right into your spine holes.
And then I got a beetroot juice afterwards, which I thought was a bit of a weird choice.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Of all the things that a spa could slide in front of you, beetroot juice is not refreshing.
Beetroot is a food. I don't want a
Soil.
food. It's like a soup.
I don't want to drink dirt.
No. But very relaxing.
And the actual food was amazing. Vietnam, what the fuck? The food is amazing.
The banh mi.
The banh mi. The barbecue.
The curries.
Oh my God.
My tongue has never been happier.
The food was great.
Yes.
Yes.
We read books.
We did nothing for an entire week.
We
Just
chilled.
Sat by a pool.
We did see a bit of culture. I saw like a little boat
Yeah, they
town.
were like, here's a fishing village. And we were
Yeah,
like,
that was
"That's
great.
nice.
We did not do the 5-mile hike.
They said there's a beautiful view. Didn't see it. Don't
No.
care for that. I tried some durian flavored ice cream.
Mistake.
Yeah.
I saw your face after you had it, and I was
You're
like,
not aware this is the corpse fruit. And you're not supposed to smell it, right? There's
No.
one of those things where they go, if you smell it, it smells like footy dead people bum.
but it's an acquired
But if
taste.
you eat it, it's going to be nice. I was like, yeah, I'm going to order the ice cream.
Yeah.
And I was so tempted, but I went, no, I'm not going to have it. I'm going to put it in my mouth. And I went in fully wanting to be open-minded.
And you were not.
It was a bit weird.
I think you like have to learn
I
to
went on
try
a journey.
it.
I was like, ooh, acidic. Okay, fruity and sweet.
Yeah.
Deep must.
Ooh.
Pungent.
Very deep
pungent.
must.
I'm scared.
We'll
Yeah.
get you some more. I think you could try and love to like it.
Why won't you love to like it?
Because I smelt it. Also, we had some interesting cocktails.
They were trying very, very hard behind the bar to do interesting themed cocktails.
Watch out, Dill. They have the best mixologist.
You had a coral reef themed one.
It tasted like fish.
I think they put fish sauce in the
It
cocktail.
tasted like it'd been licked by a crab.
And they said, and yours, Dan, is like the beach cliffs, and it was like a rocky glass.
Yeah.
And then they thought, we want it to look mossy, so we've sprinkled some matcha on the glass. Motherfucker, now I've got matcha all over my hand, and
Green
I was wearing
hand.
a white shirt. I went like this, and like, great, now I'll just look like Shrek cupped my titty
Yeah.
at the bar.
Shrek massage.
And look, it was mostly relaxing until we heard someone else speaking English behind us.
Terry, have you got the sun cream?
Nothing ruins a holiday more than hearing other English speakers.
Janice, let's get another drink in.
If you're trying to relax, and imagine if you hear Italian. We don't speak Italian.
No,
but it's just
it's
the vague
lovely.
idea of I'm sat there and I'm
Feel
like, yeah, I'm on holiday. This is a vibe.
Yeah.
And then you hear, oh my God, Travis, have you seen what she posted? I'm just
I don't want to understand another person's
you
conversation.
have ripped me out of the relaxing holiday womb that I was in.
Yeah, we had to move our spot on the beach because I was like, I can't listen to them today.
Someone we
Lather
sat
me
down,
up.
and then a couple came down and just went like, "Oh, Terry, can you do my back?" And Phil just went, "We have to leave."
No, get out. I don't want to
we
listen.
actually stood and walked down
Yeah.
the beach about 25 meters until we went, and the serenity is protected.
There were also some other gays. There was just us and another couple of gays
Phil
on the holiday.
got completely mogged by this other gay couple
They
that
were
turned up.
frame
They
mogging.
took 100% rental occupancy in Phil's mind.
They were fun mogging.
They didn't think about us
They-
or
what the-
even see us. But Phil was like, we're the only gays at this resort.
And I was-
I'm the person that's turning up wearing my fun floral shirt. And now these people turn up and they are type A charismatic homosexuals.
They were hot. They were fit. They were funny. They were chatting to everyone. I was
They
just
were like normal men.
what are you doing?
And we realized that we were the online socially strange weirdos.
But then when they were having dinner together, they just kept laughing so much. I was like, what?
Oh,
come on.
Performative.
I'm sure.
I was like, yeah, and who's going to ask for the open relationship?
so funny.
I bet it's you.
Yeah.
They were sat there like, ha, 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 clink. Let me get out my film camera. I was just sat there going,
It was too
God,
much.
lightning bolt these two over here.
If they wanted us to be their third and their fourth,
You'd have cried and thrown up, I thought.
Yeah.
It's like the waiter came over, the hot, cute waiter.
Yes.
And you would just be like, can I have a spring roll, please? And then go, wow, he was hot down. These other people were like, sit down next to us.
No.
Come have a seat.
absolutely not.
What are you into?
They're
We
trying-
like rock climbing.
They're trying too hard.
And the waiter's going, oh my God, I like rock climbing too. And Phil's just sat there seething in the corner.
The waiter loved them and he thought I was some kind of filth.
I don't think he did. I think this is all in your head. And
Yeah.
maybe you need some kind of therapy.
Maybe, but you did help me out by we pretend laughed more so then we sounded like we were having a better time.
We shouldn't share that on the podcast. This is making us sound weird as
But we did.
It's 100% true. It
is.
Phil then went back and Instagram stalked them because he had to be like, who are these people?
Well, yeah, you
Where did they come from?
You can like location say where you are and see who else is around.
Phil spent a full hour doom scrolling the Instagram accounts of people that had tagged posts in this location.
I decided they were deeply unhappy and this was their last
All
chance.
of them are miserable. That was like divorce, cheating, sugar daddy. We obviously needed to post a holiday photo dump, and
Yeah.
there was this umbrella, and Phil thought, I want a sassy sexy umbrella photo.
I looked so goofy.
So Phill went on the Instagram tag and just looked at every influencer girl that had posted a cute umbrella photo to be like, how do I pose with this umbrella?
Well, I was like, it's not even raining. What am I doing with this umbrella?
The shade, Phill. You're
just
protecting your
right,
delicate
okay.
porcelain skin from the nasty sun.
Have you seen all my freckles?
Yes, Phill definitely got sunburn on the first day.
I don't understand how. I got factor 50 sun cream.
Factor 50. He slathered it on, and then the next day, Red Lobster.
I got it off one of those like resellers that wasn't the actual
Oh, this
brand.
is suspiciously cheap. Yes, I'll order it now.
I think they just poured something else in the bottle.
I think so many things are fake, and
Yeah.
100% Phill. That was mayonnaise.
I was just like,
they gave you a bottle of salad cream. And you were sat there just going slip, slap, slop. Oh my God.
I could feel myself sizzling after an hour. I don't know
Mr.
what
Krabs.
happened. Yeah.
You smelt great, BLT.
I have a big red square on my thigh.
Not from the 14-hand massage.
Also from that.
From the sun cream. That's a valid conspiracy, though, the fake sun cream.
It's adding to my list of low-stakes conspiracy theories.
Okay, I got one.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that Apple makes AirPod cases slippy so that people drop them.
And then they have to buy more. That's so true.
They have the power to make this out of anything, and it is in the slippiest, greasiest plastic, so that when you're on the run, you're like, here we go, and you get it out of your hand, you just go, whoop, whoop,
It's
and then
gone.
suddenly, AirPod down the drain.
That's
That is
true.
how they make 50% of their money.
Yeah.
And so they could have gone, oh, we've got lovely, tactile, grippy AirPod cases. They're like, nah, let's lube that up.
Get it wet.
Extra greasy AirPod
I
cases.
drop mine all the time.
Exactly.
My other low-stakes conspiracy.
Say it, Phill.
Do you know they say there's 8 billion people in the world?
Yes.
I think there's less.
You
I
think
think
that
there's-
there are less people?
I have had too many coincidences where I've seen the same person in a different scenario. Other day in London, I saw someone from my university just walking down the street, remember?
What the are they doing here?
William Gregson.
William Gregson.
Yeah.
Doxed real name from York University.
I know.
What the are you doing in here? You've had your chapter in my life.
I know, I saw him. It's awkward because I've seen his William. Was that too much?
That's not his real name, though, is it?
Yes. No, it's not.
I have to check these things because at some point we do
But-
have like a legal responsibility
But
as
of all
podcast.
of the people in the universe of this 8 billion,
Yeah.
and we're just like walking down the same street. Come on now.
See, I
Come on
think
now.
that coincidences happen. Phil thinks that anything that's a coincidence is actually a divine act of God.
Well, we also had a case of Dan not using his inside voice, which
My extremely toxic trait, which is I talk about people in earshot.
you say is so loud as well, and it always goes wrong.
I always do impressions of people.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Kelly, have you seen it? And I'll go,
You need to stop.
I need to stop.
This was a bad one.
Yeah, we were at a restaurant and it was really dark. Why the fuck can they not just turn a little light on above the tables or something? The vibe was too sexy. There's no need to choke, Phil.
I nearly choked.
And it was the type of place where it's so dark, everyone's getting out their phone and they're just doing this with the torch.
They're just,
and
like,
it's
trying
like
to
if
do it.
everybody's doing that, it's just like a shit rave. This is no longer a sexy restaurant.
Just turn the lights
So
up.
they started bringing out clip-on lamps onto the menu. So they would bring out a menu and it would have like a little battery-powered lamp attached to it.
Like an anglerfish.
But this shit was so bright. Everyone, it was antisocial.
It was a lot.
And there was a couple sat right in front of us, and the dude pointed his lamp up because he was like, I don't need to see it, and just left it on, and it was pointing directly in my face. And I should have said to Phil, wow, that's annoying. And I just went, that lamp is so fucking bright.
He's like so loud.
I forgot there were other English speakers at the hotel, and his girlfriend went,
And I was like, Dan, they literally heard you.
and then she went,
Terry, put it away. Terry, they can see the
and
lamp.
Phil was just sat there going,
You melted into your venue. You felt bad about that one.
I just really forgot that other people can hear or understand me.
We're not the only people
But
in this
to be
bubble.
honest, they deserved it completely.
Yeah.
Because they were being antisocial.
Put
They
your fucking lamp away.
You're trying to blind me! Yeah, that is what I did.
And then he couldn't propose anymore because you ruined it.
I fucked up their evening.
Yeah.
And they thought they were the assholes.
Yeah.
And it was me because I don't have an inside voice.
Speaking of my asshole, that was a
You're
terrible
talking about the
segue.
bath incident.
The bath, yeah. I was in the...
This is actually
went-
a good segue.
Dan went for a walk. I was in the bath. The room had a glass window to the door, which was weird because it was like kind of an outdoor villa
They want you to
situation.
see the view.
Anyway, I was in the bath. The room service person knocked on the window, and my reaction, rather than just to say, 1 minute,
Rather than to just ignore them, to be like, not right now, or to go, hello, if you can hear me, not right now.
I jumped fully naked up to then like close the door, not
Knock,
realizing I
knock,
was
knock, who's there?
in full eye line. He saw the full D and
Phill
the
could
full
have
A.
been in the bath. Instead, Phill went, "Who's there?" And Phill, how bubbly was this bath?
Not bubbly enough.
It
You
was not bubbly enough.
saw everything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Saw the P, the D, the A,
And
the Q, the LMNO.
What are they?
Yeah, don't know.
So yeah, that was not worth it.
Formal apology to the room service guy.
Formal
Yeah.
apology.
The room service guy did refer to us as Mr. and Mr. Lester.
Mr. and
which
Mr.
I
Lester.
thought was funny. Yeah, Phill booked the room.
Married. You got my surname.
I ain't pounding that. Oh, Dan Lester.
Dan Lester.
I don't want it.
Phill Howell. Sounds a bit like a wolf.
That's just my name. I'm glad that you're having these kind of fun
How,
thoughts.
how.
Can't make anything rude out of my name on a textbook.
I bet you could.
Let's not think about that. I don't want to invite the audience to brainstorm
Howell
that one.
Jizz Towel.
No.
I am speechless.
You're allowed to laugh, Dan. You found that funny.
It's not molester, is it?
No.
No, it's not. Nothing will be.
Nothing will be.
You're losing that one forever.
Well, the jet lag has been a bit of an issue.
Oh, yeah, we're appropriating worker bee culture. We're like waking up at 6 a.m.
I was up at 4:37 today.
That
was
is antisocial.
That's not a time.
When you're tired at 9 p.m., I'm like, I'm old now.
Yeah.
Phill does not have the instinct to let the other person sleep.
Well, I got
when
bored.
Phill wakes up, you wake up.
Dan.
He's like a child.
I got bored.
Am I not allowed to good night sleep?
No, I've been.
4:30 a.m. Phil's got the jet lag. Phill will like pick up his drink so aggressively to just be like, oh, am I? You've woken up. I'm so sorry. Did you hear that?
That's just because I missed you.
Letting out the heaviest piss stream you've ever heard in your
Oh my
life
God,
just to
too-
try and rip me out of slumber.
much information
You
there.
knew exactly what you were doing.
Not a heavy
I'm
piss
trying to
stream.
catch my Z's and you go,
I had important.
what would you do if an owl flew into the room right now? Please, let me sleep.
We have to prepare for this kind of thing, Dan.
We don't.
They've got sharp claws. Have you seen The Staircase? The Netflix documentary?
Is this how you're planning to kill me?
Yes.
I've seen that. Okay,
Release
well,
an owl.
The internet knows how to do that. So how do you feel? You're like a normal functioning member of society, no longer a weird internet-dwelling afternoon waker.
I yearn for 2 a.m., I have to say. Also, we had no internet for the whole week, which was the most I've gone.
So out of the loop.
I
Damn.
missed everything.
What happened in the world?
Well, thanks for that, because here's the thing. Get fubbed, bitch.
Excuse you.
Staff are sick of customers who are phone snubbing, and they've invented the word fubbed, which is to phone snub.
Yeah, I mean, I know that like there's important stuff happening on our phone, but you should look at someone's eyes when you're placing an order.
Yeah.
If someone has made you a salad and they're bringing it to you, go, thanks, and just go,
Also, don't use a PH thing. That's our thing. That's only for good things.
Fubbing is when Dan and Phill go clubbing.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's what happens at the
Everyone saw that reel that we posted.
BTS Massage.
You've got a fub.
He's fubbing.
Oh.
Flamingo, no, you better don't.
I wrote that. I'm so sorry.
I'm like, what am I reading? Scientists reveal how long you should be able to stand on one leg for. And
Apparently, if you're 18 to 39, you should be able to stand on one leg for 43 seconds.
are we going to try it? I feel like for an audio podcast, this is
Shout
not
out to everyone on Spotify. You're about to have the worst 43 seconds of your
gonna
life.
describe
Okay,
it.
Here we go.
Whoa.
You ready?
Yeah.
Got the timer?
Ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
I'm standing. I've gone 2 seconds.
43, Phill.
43.
43.
I got this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel strong and
Do
sturdy.
you have any deep aches? Are you f***ing serious? Are you actually, Phill? You made it 15 seconds.
My heel got sore.
Your heel got...
Right.
Well,
did
doctors
it.
say you're gonna f***ing die, bro.
Wait.
I am so scared. Please slow...
What age am I then?
How many medical students are there in the chat? What do we need to do?
Okay, Dan did it. Well done.
Well, Phill, according to the study, if you are 70 to 79, you
What?
should be able to do it for 18 seconds.
I did
So
it.
you are an octogenarian flamingo.
Great. Thank you. I think I could
Phil's
have
got
gone.
that Trump Biden flamingo action.
I could have gone for longer. I just got a sore heel.
Damn.
Do you ship Maven? An English woman named Megan has celebrated her 3rd year anniversary of marrying the River Avon in the UK.
Greedy.
How do you marry a river?
A whole river.
The whole
it's
thing?
Like, I want to marry this tree. I want to marry my horse. Okay, that's like low impact. This person is claiming the entire river for themselves.
Apparently, it's all for solving pollution.
It's to bring awareness
Yes.
to the environmental status of the river, which I like.
But they are actually married and love the river and spend time in the river in a marital way.
Don't get in that river after Megan has. But she was serving at her 3rd year anniversary.
I know.
And I also think, leave the river alone. Don't piss in it. Don't sewage in it.
She said it was the least lonely moment of my life.
That's a really weird quote.
Because
But good for her. No,
I get it. I get it. Yay.
Pro-environment. Yeah.
We love the environment. All that water flowing across your body. It's kind
Erotic.
of erotic, yeah.
Yeah, it's like 14 hands squeezing your
It's like
circled glutes.
sexy Poseidon is just gonna like spurt.
Right, well, someone is not writing fan fiction, are they? Richard, help! Richard, right now. Right,
you
Phil,
missed
you're
us?
doing that. How you doing, lass?
Should I do it on one leg?
Teaming? Yeah, go on. No, don't. No, you just trying to sit down again terrified the out of me.
Got it on one leg. Wait.
The chaos
Oh.
beast. Okay, thank you for your
Thank
service,
you.
Richard. Thank you so much. See you later.
It's another yellow ball.
Crispy.
Extension leads.
I fucking love an extension lead.
Yeah.
Do you know what we always pack on holiday?
An extension lead.
An extension lead.
One each.
You don't need a converter if you've got a fucking 16 gang plug thing.
You're probably going to set fire to the hotel, but it is worth it.
You got the phone, the laptop, the hairdryer,
Yeah.
the Switch. Yeah, we took our Switch on holiday. Shut up. It's an evening, okay? What are Dan and Phil going to do? We're going to play Mario
We need
Kart.
to play Mario Kart. Dan hacked the hotel TV as well. When you switch it on,
I make hotel rooms my own.
Yeah.
Fridge, unplug it. I don't want to hear that buzz. TV, oh, you've got your own satellite thing? Nope, PlayStation's going in it. Bam.
yeah.
Yep.
At university, I melted an extension lead and almost set fire to the house. I had a
How did you do that?
I had a space heater which I'd plugged into it, but that was
Already terrifying.
That was in an extension lead, plugged into an extension lead, plugged into an extension lead, which you're not meant to do. And the whole thing melted, and we short-circuited the house.
Okay. We don't own a space heater,
No.
and you're not allowed one. You can just be cold.
One time a moth flew into it and it smelled really bad. Richard!
We can't Richard the Richard.
Oh.
How did we go from the joy of having more plugs to your moth trauma
I
in
don't
about
know.
30 seconds?
Poor little guy. I bet he had a good time just before. Do you know if you're about to fall in sun?
the light. Yeah, what a way to go.
Yeah.
Damn. What's the Phill equivalent of that?
Being
Getting
drowned.
ripped apart in the 14-hand BTS massage parlor.
You ripped me apart, Jimin.
Okay, we're back on the fan fiction. We left the fan fiction and now we're back there.
I was going to say getting drowned in maple syrup, maybe.
Oh. Yeah, that would be nice.
Let's see who else is nice.
Hard launches.
Yeah.
We ask for our audience to send in the things that they could only get off their chest on a platform as diabolical as this podcast. Who do we have today?
Hi, this is Carly.
Hi.
I'm hard launching, laughing at funerals.
No.
I can't help it if I'm laughing while they lower Grandpa into the ground. It's sometimes funny. Okay, bye.
That sounds blunt, but I think it's fair enough. If I had a funeral, I'd want people to laugh.
I don't think that's what was happening. They were like, this is a solemn funeral. Granddad is being lowered. And you just go, ha!
It depends if Grandad has a sense of humour. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like...
Yes. I think that people process things in different ways.
Yes.
And you should allow people to have inappropriate reactions as well.
I also, if something sad is happening, I make eye contact with my brother. Just want to laugh.
Yeah, that was like me while you were kicking that lady in the face with the foot massage.
Yes.
Yes.
We have that moment.
Let's never go to a funeral together.
Okay.
Oh, we've never been to a funeral together.
Don't say that. That's making... We need to touch some wood now. Someone touch wood. Thank you.
Good luck. Next.
Hi, Dan and Phil.
Hi.
My name's Lee, and today I'm hard launching that I think all general admissions concerts
Yeah.
should be ordered by height,
Oh.
meaning tall people should be in the back and short people should be able to be in the front.
That is fair
Because
enough.
why am I at a Boy Genius concert and your 6'5" boyfriend is standing in front of me,
Damn.
blocking
See,
my view
Not Boy Genius.
as a lesbian?
not as a lesbian.
This was her space.
We are the 6'5" boyfriend.
We've been there. Last time I went to Reading Festival, I just thought, I am unethical.
Yeah.
I should be on the stand.
We should be on our knees.
Yes, definitely. I mean, you really don't want to be closer to the floor at Reading Festival.
But
yeah.
it does feel unfair. And I think I would sign up to that policy. It's fair enough.
If you ever go to a theatre that doesn't have raked seating and then it's just someone with a tall haircut, a hat indoors.
Or a buddy system. Anyone under 5 foot gets to sit on one of our shoulders.
After seeing Phill trying to stand on one leg, do you want to climb on Phil's shoulders?
Good luck. Mm-hmm. And finally...
Hey, so I'm a little tipsy right now, so don't mind me.
Great start. Okay.
But my name is Cameron. I'm from Virginia in the U.S. I would like to hard launch the use of the word in America because people are just too apprehensive here. And, you know, sometimes someone is just being a real and there's no other way to put it. So I think we should be using it more.
I agree.
Yeah, in the UK, it's used quite a lot. It still seems slightly offensive. If you go to Australia, everyone's just throwing it around
Cheeky. Yeah.
all the time.
I loved your diction. You really put the T in and
Yes.
that's how you say, that's not like that was T. You're
Yeah.
just going, you're a
Yeah.
and it's the is like, that's the dagger. Like, call me a and really pronounce the T, Phil.
I'm not going to say, I only say...
Phil, look at me in the eyes
No!
and say, Dan, you're a
On...
and the goat.
I'm only ever going to say it once, which was in Terrible Influence.
Say it now and we'll censor it.
Really?
Yeah. And really feel it as
Oh
they
my
were saying.
God.
They want to spread the message.
Dan,
Yes.
you're a That felt so bad.
And the people that get this uncensored on Patreon, that was content right there.
sweating.
That is
Don't listen to it, Mum.
unmonetizable on YouTube.
No.
That is unclippable on TikTok.
We cannot do that.
Damn. Censorship is sad. We're with you 100%. Beautiful. What a note to end on. We're so back.
Can I
back
say
from holiday.
a nice word now? Shiny.
Nice. Has that
Yeah.
cleansed your palate?
Yes, better than that one.
Rinse your dirty mouth out.
Rinse that mouth out.
Well, we're so back. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad that we survived.
Yeah. If you want some bonus holiday yaps, you can come join us at the after party on Patreon.
Where we're going to tell you what really happened after that massage.
Oh,
we read
yeah.
a book. We watched Zootopia.
We did.
Some other stuff.
And some other stuff.
The flippers, the mask. We need to get into that.
Patreon.com/Dan and Phill.
And we'll see you next time for another Hard Monday.
Boink.